Hello again, everybody. It's me, Marcus, and I review stuff. And I also already have my headphones in. Wow. Hey, I'm listening to the song "Somewhere in the Middle" today by Cody Jinks. I think I've heard maybe one other song by Cody Jinks. I can't remember. I'm not good with names, so when it's like the name of an artist, you think I'd remember a little bit more, but no, apparently not. Anyway, it does come as a request, so as always, if you would like to request something, please leave a comment down below, and I'll be sure to get to it. Haven't been disappointed by the country you guys have given me so far, so really high hopes for this one as well. Alright, here we go. I already got the headphones in. I think that's just how ready I am today. Let's listen. This is, again, Somewhere in the Middle. Cody Jinks. Here we go.
Couldn't have ever dawned on me all the things that I would be. I never really looked out quite that far. It's never been a simple thing to see the world with a young man's brain, with an old man's heart, restless soul. Yeah, my family went broke my 18th year. Dad took a job many miles from here. That was alright by me. I was on my own. I had a band, found a job. Life was alright. I worked when I had to. We played all the time. Only got through that first year of college alright. But I learned more on the freight docks, driving forklifts on the 3 o'clock a.m. shift in the wintertime. Man, it got cold. Selling guitars on the west coast, going hungry, chasing ghosts around and around we would go. I saw it all tending bar at night. Treating saints and sinners right is a good thing to do all the time. You never know who you're talking to, but always know who's watching you. Keep your feet moving straight down the line. I've known a lot of real good men, grad school or no school. I've called them my friends. I'm somewhere in the middle, and that's just fine. No, I don't give a damn how much money you make. If your last shirt has pockets, take all you can take. I'm going out with nothing like I came in. 'Cause I learned more on the freight docks, driving forklifts on the 3 o'clock a.m. shift in the wintertime. Man, it got cold. Selling guitars on the west coast, going hungry, chasing ghosts around and around we would go. And I saw it all tending bar at night. Treating saints and sinners right is a good thing to do all the time. You never know who you're talking to, but always know who's watching you. Keep your feet moving straight down the line. But I learned more on the freight docks, driving forklifts on the 3 o'clock a.m. shift in the wintertime. Man, it got cold. Selling guitars on the west coast, going hungry, chasing ghosts around and around we would go. And I saw it all tending bar at night. Treating saints and sinners right is a good thing to do all the time. You never know who you're watching you keep your feet moving straight down the line. Yeah, and somewhere in the middle's just fine. Yeah, somewhere in the middle's just fine.
I gotta say, I almost didn't like that, if that makes sense. I think it had that sort of country sound that I think I've just trained my brain not to like very much. So it almost lost me. The song almost lost me. But as I was listening to it and really just thinking about it and mulling it over in the brain and thinking about the lyrics, to me it was authentic enough. It was sincere enough. And the instruments were well played enough that I was like, you know what, I do like this, as a matter of fact. Like, I almost didn't like it. Again, I felt like it was a little bit too much of the country that I come to not really like very much. But again, upon further listen and examination and thinking about it, I was like, yeah, you know, I do like this, actually. The song is very genuine in many ways, and the instruments sound great. So can't really complain too much, honestly. I enjoyed the song. So, as always, we're going to break it down. We're going to talk about each part. Let's start with those lyrics. I like the lyrics a lot, as a matter of fact. So, couldn't have ever dawned on me all the things that I would be. I never really looked out quite that far. It's never been a simple thing to see the world with a young man's brain, with an old man's heart, restless soul. So, yeah, talking about, like, the future. You know, the future never really dawned on him what he was going to do. So planning for the future wasn't like a simple thing. As he said, it's kind of hard seeing the world through a young man's brain. And as a former young man, I tell you, yeah, you know, a lot of times we tend to live for the now, for the moment, you know, and forget to plan ahead for the future, to look ahead. So get what he's saying there. Yeah, my family went broke in my 18th year. Dad took a job many miles from here. That was all right by me. I was on my own. I had a band, found a job. Life was all right. I worked when I had to. We played all the time. Only got through the first year of college all right. So, basically, yeah, like when I was 18, parents went broke. So I basically, from 18 onward, I had to fend for myself, you know, playing music, working jobs. Only got through 1 year of college, though, that first year. Well, it says only got through that first year of college all right. So I wonder if he made it all the way through college, but only that first year was all right. Everything else sucked. Or if it's more so just like I dropped out after that first year. But I learned more on the freight docks, driving forklifts on the 3 o'clock a.m. shift. In the winter time, man, it got cold. Selling guitars on the West Coast, going hungry, chasing ghosts around and around we would go. And I saw it all, tending bar at night, treating saints and sinners right is a good thing to do all the time. You never know who you're talking to, but always know who's watching you. That's definitely a reference to God. Keep your feet moving straight down the line. So I do like the chorus a lot because and the chorus is actually the part that almost made me dislike the song because again it seemed very country, you know, working hard at like some very manual labor type job, which is nothing wrong with that, mind you, but I just feel like that's been done to death in the country music scene. But for this one, I think it really plays into the larger message of the song. So that's why I was like, you know what? Now that I think about it, I think it's still fine because he ends verse 2 by saying, only got through that first year of college all right, but more than what I learned in college, I learned so much from these different jobs that I had. And, you know, they say that there's no substitute for experience. And I, you know, in many ways I agree with that. You know, I got my degree and my teaching certification. And I'll tell you, half the shit they teach you in college about teaching, you can just throw out the window because once you're in that classroom, and you know you're face to face with 20 plus kids, it's like, oh shit. I've learned more from experience at having taught now for 5 years than I ever did in college about teaching. You know, I remember so much more of what I've experienced in the classroom versus what I experienced in the college classroom, if you will. So yeah, you know, I totally agree with the message of the story. Is like in many ways, not all the time, but in many ways, nothing beats experience. You know, when it comes to living life. I've known a lot of real good men, grad school or no school. I've called them my friends. I'm somewhere in the middle, and that's just fine. No, I don't give a damn how much money you make. If your last shirt has pockets, take all you can take. Well, I'm going out with nothing like I came in. Cool. I like that line too. It's just I don't give a shit if you went to grad school or had never even went to school. Like, I've called them all my friends. I'm somewhere in the middle, and that's just fine. No, I don't give a damn how much money you make. If your last shirt has pockets, take all you can take. I don't know what that line necessarily means. If your last shirt has pockets, take all you can take. Yeah, no idea what that means. I'm sure that's some sort of southernism that I'm just not keyed into. Because I learned more on the freight docks driving forklifts on the 3 o'clock a.m. shift. In the wintertime, man, it got cold, selling guitars on the West Coast, going hungry, chasing ghosts around and around we would go, and I saw it all tending bar at night. Treating saints and sinners right is a good thing to do all the time. You never know who you're talking to, but always know who's watching you. Keep your feet moving straight down the line. So I like also that, like, when he was a bartender, he got all different types, right? But it's like, I don't judge. Saints, sinners, doesn't matter to me. It's a good thing to treat them all right. But I learned more on the freight docks, repeats the whole chorus there. Yeah, and somewhere in the middle is just fine. I like that. It's like, I don't have to be the most educated, and I'm also not the least educated. I'm somewhere in the middle. I like the song. I thought it was great. Again, almost disliked it because I thought it was maybe a little bit too familiar, too generic. But as I listened to it more and really reading through the lyrics just now, I'm like, yeah, it does seem a lot more genuine and authentic, and that's, I think, what I look for in my music. So 2 thumbs up there for the lyricism. As far as the instrumentation goes, I actually really liked the different guitar sounds that we got throughout. You had sort of that country sounding guitar. You had a little bit of like weird picking and strumming there at certain parts. And so the guitar added a lot of nice little melodies and parts to the song. But with that being said, the instrumentation did to me sound a little bit, again, still just like generic country music sound. Definitely not as bad as like the pandering stuff that we get nowadays on pop country and country radio. But, to me, it was still just too much of a classic country sound. I think I've been spoiled by people like Sturgill Simpson, who can do the classic country sound, but have also changed their sound up a lot and really brought in different elements to their music. So for this one, I felt like it was maybe a little bit too safe. I wish they would have done a little bit more to make the song a little bit more interesting. So the guy's voice sounds great. He's got a great voice for country. Again, very classic sounding, almost reminding me of like a George Strait, if you will. But he sounded great. I definitely don't want to take away from the band. They were very competent. They sounded good, so I definitely can't give them a negative review. I just give them 1 thumb up for instrumentation. It was enjoyable. I mean, I had a good time listening to it. I just wish they would have been a little bit more creative with it, taking it a different direction. As far as replay value goes, to me, this is a good song. It's a good song. It'll probably go on the playlist. I don't know how much I'm going to play it. I don't know how much I'm going to listen to it. But I feel like every now and then I could be in the mood for something like this. Again, to me, it is just a little bit too generic. Even though I do like the authenticity of the lyricism, I don't see myself listening to this one a whole lot. Although I do like it, so I'm kind of in this weird place. Like, I like the song, but I don't necessarily want to listen to it all the time. So I'll give it like a thumb up. Why not? So overall, I did enjoy the song. So thank you for whoever requested this one. As always, if you would like to make a request, please leave a comment down below, and I will be sure to get to it. I'm pretty sure I do already have some more Cody Jinks lined up for you guys. I'll have to double check that, but you'll most likely see him and his band again in the future. But still, feel free to recommend any more songs from him. If you enjoy the music, definitely go support the artists, guys. Go listen to their music wherever you can. One place you can definitely find some Cody Jinks will be in my Spotify playlist. It has every single song I've heard so far on my channel. It's a lot of music. If you want to support me, just all the normal stuff you do on YouTube, guys, like and subscribe and comment. Thank you so much for your time. Hope you guys are staying safe and healthy. Hope to see you in the next video. Bye for now.